Hello, people. Once again, welcome back. Today, I'm going to share my first ever physical discussion, that too managerial round. Some technicalities also there. Okay, I am very excited before attending this, and I'm very much keen interest or like what might be the reason behind it, only for managerial round or some kind of thing. Okay, like before selection process like that. After attending this interview, I my many of the doubts was resolved, and it's a really a good like what we can say a day and some experiences and a lot of things happened. Okay, I wanted to share some of the experiences and what exactly the questions they have asked me and how like I my what we can say how my experience in the office. Definitely I will share in this particular video. First of all, as I said, it was one of the product based company, and to be frank, I haven't attended a single interview in person. Okay, and this was my first ever interview, that to a third round. Okay, as I said, in first round interview I successfully shared my experiences, and second round also I have shared my experiences, and likewise this is also I am sharing my experiences. And yeah, first of all, yeah, obviously while we are going to office in person, definitely we need to carry a resume. Likewise, I make a printout while going to the office, and carried a resume along with me. And while having, like, they haven't asked the resume, that is the one thing. And nowhere no any other documents or something they haven't asked. I mean, they haven't asked anything. And just while entering into your office, they ask her to show some valid ID proof, or like government ID proof, to make a register while entry, like some logbook will be there, no, to register there. And after that I went to the dedicated floor in the office. Okay, and the what we can say the admin team were sit on the floor desk. Okay, they asked her to sit for some minutes, and they in backend they called to the respective department where this hiring person. Okay, and not exactly the hiring person but that particular department, and they shared the information, like where exactly need to come. And the security guided me to go to the interview room, I mean to that particular department area. And there the person who are maybe I'm not sure he was a technical person or not, he asked her to sit in that particular one conference room. It is some conference room where we can sit 5 to 6 people like that. As these are the some questionnaires they asked. If it is managerial round, don't expect they are not into much technical. There might be like scenario based questions. They might ask to write a code snippet, or kind of logic or pipeline or some script or something. Be ready for whatever it might be, and perform well. Okay, and coming to the questions, let's discuss one by one. Let's say there is a critical production, how can you handle that? Okay, as I said, I mean, he haven't asked my resume also, and based upon my introduction and years of experience range, and what we can say, he asked these following questions. Definitely when there is a production outage, we need to access the impact, like what exactly it is affected, which services it is affected, and how many users and what users are affected, like that. And Make sure there is a communication transparency is there while production outages are there, where we need to notify the stakeholders, and we need to create some kind of a war room, and we need to troubleshoot, and we need to triage, where we can use logs, monitor, and alerts to find a root cause analysis, and we can also try to mitigate and recover by applying a quick fixes and rollbacks, or patches, and we need to make sure to maintain a document, if there is any findings, make sure to insert in your document, and that will automatically improves our process, and prevents the same recurrency in future. Okay, this is the one of the handling process. And the second follow-up question was, how do you resolve your conflicts in a DevOps team? Definitely, I mean, in this situation, while you attended a face-to-face interview, and if you ask this kind of question, definitely if you have a real-time experience, then only you are able to answer. And coming back to the question, let's say high priority tasks under pressure. Sorry, where it was? Sorry. How do you resolve your conflicts in DevOps team? That is the question, right? Whenever we can answer this particularly, like whenever there is a conflict in DevOps team, we can find the root cause analysis, like what is the technical differences, and what exactly it was miscommunication is happening, and make sure to encourage a open discussion, conduct a meetings with both sides, and explain their own perspective, and understand their themselves both, and there should be one common goal which is aligned by let's say one team and another team is working on that. Make sure they have a specific aligned goal, and make sure we need to remind that particular thing to the respective DevOps to aim that particular collaboration, and break the silos. Okay, and we need to there should be a clear process need to be implemented by following the best strategies, and like whatever it might be, integration strategies, deployment strategies, and checklists, whatever it might be. Okay, these are like some key pointers, and you can also answer this in the interviews. And the further question was, how do you where is it? How do you resolve conflicts in DevOps team? Yeah, that is the second question. Sorry. Managing multiple issues simultaneously. Yeah, it is like we can say multitasking. How do you manage multiple issues or tasks simultaneously? The suggested answer for this should be like we need to prioritize, and we need to there should be some task delegation, where we can assign the task to a appropriate team member based upon the expertise. We can ask help from them. Okay, and we can automate the like to reduce some manual interventions, or some periodic logs, or whatever the task is there which is performing periodically and manual intervention is required. We can automate to reduce this manual efforts by following CI/CD best practices, infrastructure as a code, and monitoring tools also. That will reduces the manual intervention. And by implementing a parallel execution of work, where tasks are implemented simultaneously, where there is a minimal dependency is required. In that case, that also improves our managing tasks our issues simultaneously. And there should be a effective communication. We can use a ticketing tools like Jira. In my case, I have used it in a project, so I used that pointer here to explain that. And dedicatedly time management, yes, it is quite more important. We need to make sure the methodology, whatever the Scrum or Agile methodology is there, we need to follow, and we need to track that, and we need to make sure to complete the work effectively on time. Okay, that's the one main thing. The next question is regarding the deployment rollbacks. Let's say there is a major bugs in the code which is in the deployment stage, and like whatever it might be, the enrollment, production, UAT, or some dev branch. Okay, how can you roll back that particular thing? In that case, I explained like my concept where we can use a blue, green, and a canary. We can also follow quick mitigations by using IAC tools to revert that, and we need to identify the root cause analysis, like what exactly it was happening. And one more pointer was we need to identify gaps in QA, CI/CD, or code review process to make sure the rollback, like identifying root cause analysis. And the next further follow-up question was, let's say if you are in a discussion and some technical discussion which your a teammate or manager is not disagreeing with the technical discussion what you are proposing, or you are not like in the same space. In that case, what you will do? Definitely we can we make sure to perform some prototypes by performing POCs, that is proof of concepts. And we can like I answered in that way, like by performing a POCs we'll get to know some prototypes of how it will works, and some collaboration where we can discuss like openly our designs, thoughts, and architecture diagrams in the specific meetings. And we can also collaboratively explain like what will be the what we can say business impact by aligning this with these technical choices, and will it be achievable to the company goals, like that. And based upon our like further discussion, we can compromise like if needed. And finally there is a balance is required. And to be very frank, this sister question, like onboarding a new DevOps engineer, I am like literally like what to answer. Like if I am in this case, literally I thought like that only. If I am in that particular manager position, like how can I conduct a hiring process like that? So I shared my thoughts, like there should be a structured training, and where we can share the documents and some recorded sessions to the to get that associate get trained virtually. And there is a hands-on learning. Let's say if based upon the kind of engineer, whether it is a fresher or some kind of intern or experienced, based upon that we can conduct hands-on learning. Let them know like how the practical things works if it is a fresher. And tool familiarization is more important. I focused on that particular point. Why? Because in many organizations, many companies, they have their own specific tools, and project wise also, and company wise also. And we make sure to like explain the what is exactly the CI/CD phase was happening, and what are all the different tools comes into with respect to infrastructure categories, and what achieves is without this thing, what will be the ideal thing, and by inserting this, what will be the like achievable thing, like that. And what are the some security and compliance best practices? These are the some pointers I have highlighted while answering, while onboarding a new DevOps engineer. And the next follow-up question was speed and security. Yeah, definitely. If you see the ideal DevOps, it will majorly focuses on speed, okay, where the faster delivery or deployment is required to the client, and DevSecOps focus on security, okay. But I mean security in the sense it's not forgetting about speed, okay. That's where the DevSecOps come into picture. With speed, along with the speed, the security is providing, okay. And as I said in earlier rounds also, this was in the job description itself, they have mentioned like DevSecOps components as well as SRE components also some. So they have, I mean this is the question regarding that. Let's say to balance the speed and recovery, we make sure the security is lifted, like is lift shift concept, you know, whereas the security is shifted to the left into the development phase itself, where by integrating security in the development environment, like IDEs, plugins, okay, like that, in the early in the software development lifecycle, we can say we can automate security scans by using SAST, dashed, SEA, software composition analysis. There are various tools like Snake, Trevi, dependency check, WhatsApp, like that. And regarding the security, we can majorly focus on least privilege access by creating a IAM user, and we can use a implement a least privilege access and dedicated access to the by using network policies and NACLs, we can achieve that. And there is a one thing, compliance as a code, and where we used to follow that in our project. So I majorly discussed about that. Like we can use that particular framework, we can say compliance as a code, to achieve this particular security. And like regular security trainings is required, okay. These are the some pointers which I have discussed, and if you have wants to add any more points, please feel free to add, and that will be some new learning for me also. And I will also try to conduct some research along this, and share thoughts in upcoming videos as well if I want. And the further follow-up question was handling security risks under release pressure. Yeah, definitely. While releasing, there will be some say, pressure, and in that pressure, how can you handle a security risks? Definitely, security gates. By implementing a security gates in CI/CD, we can achieve it. And let's say if builds failure with critical vulnerabilities, that will be the one of the security gateway, okay. That is how we can handling a security under like release pressure also. And like we can there is a risk assessment where it will analyze and identifies what are the acceptable risks and what are the critical risks. We can conduct a risk assessment, and we can patch the critical issues based on the priority, like critical issues first, and later we'll go with the general issues, like that. And apply fixes with something called least downtime, where we can maintain a almost 0.001 downtime, like that. And yeah, these are the some pointers I have discussed. And actually I have noted down some pointers in the notepad while answering also. I'm just referring those pointers, what exactly I have answered. And Questions was the same thing which is showing on the screen, and the further question was dealing with developers resistance to DevOps. Exactly. um, it is kind of good. It builds a good collaboration between the development and DevOps guys, where we need to educate and what we can say, explain the what are the benefits for faster release and fewer outages by collaborating a smooth flow. And we need to try to demonstrate the value, like we need to showcase the automation improves their actual workflow. Okay, that's how we can educate them, and we can involve them in the decision making to make them as a part of DevOps journey to go very smooth. We can it's completely in our hands also, we can minimize the descriptions, where we can introduce the what are the changes gradually happening like that. And yeah, these are the some pointers I have discussed, and these are the some kind of good questions and experience I got in this particular manager in person discussion. And if I wanted to talk much about that, as of now I have no much inputs, but definitely I wanted to share further more updates also regarding that. And yeah, it finally this particular discussion, I can say it went well, and I'm expecting a good positive response from the interview. And let's hope for the best. And definitely in upcoming, if I have further experience or some other things to share, I will definitely share in upcoming videos. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.